The Acropolis is one of the most important monuments in Europe. This small limestone plateau was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site. We are in the cradle of democracy, the homeland of philosophy, the city of great mathematicians, artists, and writers. The Acropolis was the best defended place in the city due to its elevated position and the surrounding walls. It was used to locate emblematic and sacred buildings, and the most important events of the city were also held here. Many peoples have occupied this place, leaving their mark on the constructions and the configuration of the Acropolis. Inside, evidence has been found of a palace belonging to the Mycenaean period, around 1400 BC. A large part of the buildings that make up the Acropolis were built during the time of Pericles, in the 5th century BC. Previously, the buildings were destroyed by the Persian troops of Xerxes. The Parthenon was built on the remains of an earlier temple, as happened with other religious and civil buildings that were scattered throughout the mountain. They were preserved in fairly good condition until the 15th century, when, due to Ottoman rule, the Parthenon was converted into a mosque, the Erechtheion into an arena, and the Propylaea into a gunpowder store. During the siege of Athens in 1687, the Venetians, under General Francesco Morosini, caused great damage with their bombardments. A mortar shell partially destroyed the Parthenon, as the Muslims were also using it as a gunpowder store, causing the roof of the temple to collapse. Athens is one of the oldest capitals in Europe, with more than 6,000 years of history. Its beginnings date back to around 1000 BC, with the Pelasgians, its first inhabitants. Later came the Greeks, who elevated the city. In prehistoric Athens, history blends with mythology, giving rise to myths and legends. The gods Poseidon and Athena, in their attempt to compete for dominion over the city, decide to each offer a gift to its inhabitants. The god offers water, and the goddess the olive tree. The inhabitants choose. The gift of Athena, from then on taking the name Athenians, trade and crafts made the city flourish, to such an extent that the Athenians founded colonies throughout the Mediterranean. In Athens, the first public library in the world was established. But it was not its only attraction, as it was embellished with imposing temples, public buildings, and fountains. Between 508 and 507 BC, Cleisthenes established the foundations of the democratic regime in Athens and guaranteed citizens freedom, equality of rights, and equality before the law. At the beginning of the 5th century BC, during the Persian invasions, the Athenians gained well-deserved prestige as defenders of the kingdom. Under the rule of Pericles, Athens reached its peak. Later, we will talk about Pericles and the so-called Age of Pericles. The city of Athens became the cradle of philosophy and rhetoric, consolidating itself as the cultural center of the ancient world. In 323 BC, two tragic historical events for Hellenism took place: the death of Alexander the Great at the 33 years, and the fall of Athenian democracy changed the course of Greek history. From then on, Athens experienced a progressive political decline, although it remained the cultural center of the ancient world until 529 AD, when an edict of Emperor Justinian ended the philosophical schools of Athens and forced all, Athenians and Greeks, to convert to Christianity within 3 months. Athens, like all of Greece, remained under Roman domination practically from then on, and for almost 2,000 years, foreign invasions followed one another in Greece. Romans, Heruli, Goths, Crusaders, French, Almogavars, Florentines, Venetians, and Turks sacked and conquered it until the founding of independent Greece in 1830.